Okay, I noticed a few cars in the parking lot. What is this? Wednesday. So I never know. There might be some minister coming out that door. Might get lucky. Might get Carl Urquhart. Carl Urquhart has, okay, Charlie, focus. The CBC this morning and the CBC National, it made news that, what's his name again? Is it Jeff Ryan? And then they, which I campaigned, I blogged about this about 10 years ago. This guy was from Charlotte County. He was high on drugs, opiates, and the prisoners, the prison in St. John just left him in the cell, and he was begging, he was, asking for help because he was high on drugs. They just ignored him and he died. There was really no inquest, no nothing. And this morning they come out with this, there was videos under the Freedom of Information Act that, thought it was a minister coming out, that they had videos that the guards didn't check on him every hour. Wow! Big news! 10 years after the fact. Oh my God. I mean, that is news. Even the ombudsman gave his opinion. Charles Murray, nice guy. Maybe 80% useless, but his job is recommendation. But they're talking about 10 years ago. Now, today, they're not doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. Carl Urquhart, the Minister of Public Safety, is not public safety because those people, those bureaucrats, don't give a rat ass about the safety of the public. These bureaucrats are evil. I mean, they're all snobs together, and for the poor and people with mental illness, they treat them like shit. And Caroline Warnock, was it 2 or 3 years ago, she was begging for her life at the Miramichi jail. We have a witness, Lisa Paul. Lisa Paul went on CBC and she saw Caroline Warnock begging for her life, and the guards just ignored her. And get a little bit more personal, my ex-girlfriend, Patricia Kane, she turned to drugs. She ended up in Miramichi. She had a heart attack and they forced her to walk in the ambulance. Okay, those are 2 cases. Now there's another one. What's his name? Tyler Sweeney, Shitty jail. Another one, high on drugs, opiates. They put him in the jail cell. He took a stroke and he died, dead. Now, that is cases of people that died. And there's no inquest, there's nothing. But it's funny, if you get a prisoner that dies in the federal prison, the media, the New Brunswick media is all over this. And there's a guy from Nova Scotia, and anyone from outside the province, oh, they cover it, oh, what could have been done, oh, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to provincial jail, nothing. So Carl Urquhart turned around, he made it official that prisoners will be forced to return to Fredericton by walking. Carl Urquhart went to the bad side. I used to praise Carl Urquhart and Bill Fraser. They were the good guys. No more. Because you know who your friends are when you're down. And when you have power and you don't use that power to help people, in my opinion, you're a piece of shit. Just ask the idiot mayor and Michael Bryan that ordered the bus shelter not to have a bus shelter, the welfare office for the poor single mummies and kids. Charlie, focus. So what happening here? I asked if they're going to give them water. You're in Miramichi, St. John or Shediac. You're in a place, what's in front of you? A highway. You don't know where you're at. Are they going to give them water? And then, let's not forget, the public safety, the staff, they're all full of members of the Fredericton Police Force. And we know how the Fredericton Police Force, how they love to handle people with mental illness, especially people, the poor people. Voila. They will go to the limit to make sure that they will be harmed. So, Carl Urquhart should resign, and it's a big deal that they didn't watch on him on video. 10 years ago. What's important is what's happening now. And that building behind me is public safety. And all these bureaucrats, they laugh, they had their parties, their whatever. But when it comes to the less fortunate, like Karl Urquhart, what kind of name is that anyway? Urquhart, German? So anyway, Charlie, focus. When you, where was I going with this there? Where was I going with this? Where was I going? I was going somewhere. I hate getting old. Bottom line, if Karl Urquhart doesn't want to treat, it always comes back. Karl Urquhart said, we're not going to bring them home. No, we didn't say bring them home. Bring the prisoners back to where they were sentenced. If they were sentenced in Woodstock, bring them back to Woodstock. If they were sentenced in Burton, bring them back to Burton. If they were sentenced to Fredericton, bring them where they were sentenced. There's no provincial jail in the center part of the province. So, Karl Urquhart, the poor, people with mental illness, the natives, we are all in trouble because we have a minister that the power went over his head, that doesn't give a rat ass about the poor, and he should resign as soon as possible. Why do I get involved in these issues? Why?